Hear Karti's view on his idea of India and his vision for India.
Thank you, Rajiv, for having me here. I fundamentally believe that government, if it chooses to be, can be the biggest agent of change in any society. I don't think there's been any society in this world which we consider to be developed or egalitarian, which has not had a good government. For a society to function, for a society to organize itself, I think it's fundamental to have good government. Good and efficient government is the biggest agent of change. I believe that since 1991, in these last 17, 18 years, we've seen more change than any time in Indian history. These 18 years have brought about opportunities to a vast number of people who were denied opportunities before. I am not by any stretch of imagination saying that everything is egalitarian now and everybody has got access to the same opportunities. I completely agree with Kanimozhi that a lot of people don't have access to these opportunities and are getting left behind. But one must accept that in these 18 years, more people have had opportunities than any other time in history. I know at sometimes we romanticize the past in India. I don't think we ever had a golden age in India. I don't think there was ever a time in Indian history, whether it was during the colonial rule or during the rule of monarchs, that where life was absolutely perfect, where there was equal opportunity for everybody. I think India is more equal today than it ever was at any other point in history. But is this India the India of my future? I believe that if you're just going to do business as we always have been doing, without major initiatives, I don't think we're going to achieve much greater change. We will change in a very Hindu, as they used to say, the Hindu rate of growth. We will probably change in a very incremental way. We will not change in a dramatic way. I believe that there is at least 1/3 of India which will get left behind if you don't do things fundamentally different. I've been involved in election campaigns since 1996, and in every election campaign, if you go to the villages, the issues are still the same. I'm sure they've been the same since 1947. We're still talking about roads, we're still talking about access to drinking water, we're still talking about power, we're still talking about access to good schools, we're still talking about sanitation, we're still talking about primary health care. We can never become a superpower if we don't address these basic issues which lots of other countries have done. And the fundamental way to do it is to have efficient government. And in the future, I would like to see governments move from emotion to efficiency. We've been running our politics, we've been running our governments on emotions. And we must move that away to efficiency. We must focus on delivery. In India, we have a scheme for everything. We have a scheme on how to educate people. We have a scheme on how to look after the tribal welfare of people. We have a scheme for every single thing. I'm sure there are many IAS officers here. I'm sure if you asked them in their careers, they would have all come up with formulations for every conceivable problem India has. The fundamental problem we have is in implementation. We simply miss out on implementation. There has never been a proper rollout of any scheme we have nationally, except for perhaps, if I can think of, I think during Sam Petroda's time when we rolled out STD booths rather efficiently, I still can't think of one national scheme which the government of India or a state government has rolled out in an efficient manner and it's achieved its goals. This is not a critique of any one political party or another political party. It is the way our system is. We must fundamentally change the way government operates. Until we fundamentally change the way government operates, we simply will not make dramatic changes in this country and we will always leave people behind. And all these issues of health, education, these are areas in which the government can't abdicate its responsibility. No amount of CSR will solve these problems. No amount of checkbook charity will solve these problems. It is good government, good implementation of government programs in an efficient manner, measuring outcomes. That's the only way in which we can change. And we need to think completely out of the box. I don't think that more programs, more budgetary allocations in the way we do things will change India dramatically. We must think completely differently. I think we should move every capital city in every state to a new city. We must build new cities. When was the last time we built a new city in this country? Probably Chandigarh was the last time we did it. If India has to live up to its potential, we must completely invest in the 4 or 5 basic things: road, water, electricity, power, and sanitation and public care. And these are the issues in every single election. Every single election you go there, whether it's a Panchayat election or a parliament election, you go to remote India, you go to rural India, the same result, the same stark reality is always staring you. And if you don't reinvent government, and we don't reinvent the delivery mechanism of government dramatically differently, I really don't see great change. There will be a third of India which will benefit because of its access to technology and access to capital and access to education. But there will be a third which will aspire, but there will be a third of India which will get left behind. So we need dramatic change, and that change, in my personal opinion, must start with government and not necessarily with government.
Thank you, Kali.